Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of the WARFRAME Digest, episode 43. Today we're going over Devstream 66, the first one of the new year. I know this video is a little late, but reality check has been very, very difficult. But anyway, let's resume. This is a rather light one, very small, not really much going on. A lot of the Devstream was mainly concentrated around the second dream and the second dream quest and its reveal. So I'm not going to go over those, and I'm going to go over some of the more interesting little smaller notes. One of the small interesting notes is lighting changes. I understand that's a very small thing for some people, but it has been very significant in Warframe as of late. Over the last few months, we've seen drastic differences in lighting, especially due to the PBR retextures and retrofitting of the tiles. The greatest example of that was in the second dream. The void changed completely. And by that, I mean it just looked a lot better, a lot glossier, a lot shinier, a lot more vibrant, a lot more majestic, and a lot more golden. Like the void needed more gold. Anywho, Steve talked about a new lighting pass being re-implemented into the game due to all the PBR changes, making those lighting problems very blatant and very obvious. The small pass will be rather insignificant on some of the other updates. They'll be stealthed in over time and not all at once, because it's going to be very meaty and very heavy, and they don't want to dedicate a whole entire update to that. So things will come and go as they come or as they're done. So it's going to be a very little interesting visual change for people that know what they're looking for, and people that don't just appreciate that they look nice. And talking about things that look nice, sortie rewards! The sortie rewards have been quite controversial. I've been at some point of that controversy, and they are going to be changing how the rewards are done. They are talking about adding a new form of currency in the form of a token system for sorties. Upon completing the first mission, you receive 1 token. Upon completing the second mission, you receive 2 more, adding a total of 3, and upon completing the last mission, you get a total of 5 tokens. At least that's my understanding of it. 1, 3, and 5. Or is it that they all add up to 10 or something? I don't know. Details. And the new token system will be a adaptation to the sorties to give people exactly what they want. There was someone I knew that on the first sortie had received 15 stocks for the Dare Vandal, and I'm thinking that's a little excessive. RNG was not in his favor, and that was pretty brutal. So the new token system will try to address that issue and avoid those bad misfortunate rolls where they get 15 of the same item, and they are going to change it up a little with some persistent rewards for completing the sorties on the 3rd day. So there will be a 3rd day pool, and then a token system where you can go redeem those tokens for something specific that you desire at a later point. And something that some people have desired at some point is a new UI button that they're going to be implementing at some point. And, wow, that's the point a lot. And this little button is the randomize button. You can randomize full entire loadouts or randomize the customization, randomize colors, accessories, even attachments on your Warframe. This will be very interesting for some players that do a lot of streaming, even some that do YouTubing, in case they want to do different personalities or characters. For me, this will be very interesting just to see what the heck just comes along the road, and the more interesting thing will be the randomized loadouts. We can randomize entire loadouts based on Warframe, primary, secondary, and melees, and I believe the pet, not sure if that was randomized as well. And this randomization will actually add a lot of detail and a lot of replayability when you're like, let me go play a mission, randomize everything, and just go with it. It can be very, very good or very, very bad. One highlight about this is that it will not randomize the mods that are attached to the weapons, just the weapons that are equipped and the Warframe that is equipped itself. None of the mods will be changed, so make sure they're rather well modded. And things that we're curious whether or not we can mod it rather well is the new Rapier. The Rapier has been shown off in some in-game footage. You can see it right here. And the Rapier looks kind of bizarre, but then again, that's because all the animations and all the blending are not in the game perfectly or at all. There is a lot of hiccuping, and there is a lot of weird clipping and sluggish movements, but that's because most of the animations are still being worked on, they're still being implemented, and overall right now it's a proof of concept. The Rapier looks rather interesting. It looks like it's going to be a very fun puncture weapon to play around with. Very curious to what the stats are going to be, but that's another weapon in our arsenal to add a lot more versatility, depth, and customizability to the game's environment and player styles. And talking about styles, we have the Kavat, the Capro, the feline companions for the Tenno. The Kavats have a armor concept you can see here, and this looks very, very all over the place. It is like literally medieval fantasy and then warish, and it's like, what the heck is going on over here? But you can also see them in their in-game model, so it means the armor is coming along nicely. These most likely will be the first iteration of armor sets to come out with the cats. No idea when the cats are coming out, but hopefully at some point soon. Trademark. And I don't know, the Kavats are very hit and miss, we still don't know enough about, and the armors look very, very geeky and random. Some people might appreciate this, and I might want this on my Kubro. Can I please get this on my Kubro? And last but not least, the major highest point. I'm not going to address everything about it, but I am going to address a few things. Did they talk about the XP gain for the focus system being a rather very strict setup, and they are going to make it into a radial XP boost and kind of extend that range as well, so some players have a lot easier time ranking up with them. Because right now the XP is upon killing, and if you don't get the kill, you don't get the XP. So playing in a group is very counterproductive for the whole entire XP farming for the focus. And they are going to add a weird new mechanic as a timed gather booster, which will be at some point in the mission you can find a little rift in space, a little booster, that upon colliding and picking it up, it gives you a significant XP boost to the focus. It is going to be timed, it will have a timer, so let's say for the next minute you get XP, you get focus XP gain. We don't know all the details, but it's an idea that they're messing around with and they're seeing how it comes along. And they also did say that there will be 2 or 3 more Second Dream quality and styled quests at some point this year. Seeing more content as large and as magnificent and with enough scale and depth and lore as a Second Dream is very warming to me. I want to see more of it in the game. Can we get it sooner? And they are talking about also going back and retrofitting some older quests to have cinematics, a lot more lore, and a lot more detail. And to do that, they have been experimenting with how are they going to do the quest replay system for those players to go back and actually replay those and see the new cinematics and appreciate the new lore chunks that are being dropped in with it as well. So that pretty much does it for the Warframe Digest episode 47. Tell me, are you guys excited for the Kavat armor? Are you excited for the Rapier? What did you guys think of the Second Dream? I know I got a lot of weird things on my Second Dream reaction, but what do you guys expect from the next Second Dream quality quest? The Third Dream, shall we say. Like, comment, subscribe, and do all the good things. And remember, Tenno, have fun, take it easy, and I'll see you in game.